Well, the company building a private border wall now looking to fix that wall before something goes wrong. Erosion along the Rio Grande is a problem. Channel 5's Christian von Preissing continues our coverage at 10.
As the government planned to build walls in the valley over the last 4 years, Fisher Industries decided to build one in just a few months. The company teaming up with a fundraiser, We Build a Wall, to put up about 3 miles of property owned by the Newhouse family south of Mission.
The Fisher Industries, privately built, was going to show us the new model of how to build border walls in Texas and build it right along the edge of the Rio Grande. But we started getting calls about what was really going on at the base of the wall.
Jeremy Schwartz, a reporter for ProPublica and the Texas Tribune, started hearing about erosion along this fence built right along the Rio Grande. They took photos showing what it was looking like just months after construction.
There's a potential for overturning, for segments of these bollards to fall into the river.
Erosion now significant enough. The IBWC, which enforces rules along the Rio Grande, told Fisher Industries in court something has to be done. The news attracting public interest.
I'm just doing this with one hand, not even exerting myself at the moment.
This local man going to get a closer look for himself. But now Fisher Industries has accepted the government's request to send someone to evaluate the wall from a structural point of view.
Just making sure that there is a solid foundation that prevents overturning, which is, when something tips over, or preventing sliding, which is where something moves.
Amy Patrick, a Houston structural engineer, says if the foundation gives out, a structure can tip. And if the soil holding it in place gives out, it'll slide.
So long as that soil is there, if the calculations are correct, it'll keep that entire structure from sliding. But when we start eroding that soil, that's basically your insurance that's keeping that structure from sliding.
According to court testimony, the foundation of this fence is 3 feet deep. Fisher Industries acknowledging in court there are 4 problem areas that have to be addressed.
Every other structural engineer that I've shown this to has gone, that's a really shallow foundation. I don't know if I would design it that way. I don't know if that is going to be sufficient to resist.
Fisher Industries says its crews are working to fix this. A visit by the government inspector is also scheduled, so the problem doesn't get worse.
If there is a large storm, if a hurricane makes its way up that way, that sort of flooding and erosion and the power of that water is going to be hundreds of times stronger than what the rainwater erosion that we're seeing.
A private border wall that crews put up in months, now working on correcting the problems with the government. They're scheduled to speak again in court next month. Christian von Preissing, Channel 5 News, Mission.